The law enforcement team of Qingyue Square has a total of 7 squads, and Xi Jinping is the captain of the 7th squad. Among the 7 captains, 1 is at the 9th layer Qi refining, 4 at the 8th layer Qi refining, and 2 at the 7th layer Qi refining. Since Xi Jinping's cultivation is the lowest, he holds the lowest status among the 7 captains and has the weakest voice. Whenever there is the arduous task of night patrols, it often falls to Xi Jinping. It leaves him in misery. On this day, Xi Jinping arrived early at the law enforcement team's base in the market. "Good day, Captain Xi." The guard at the door promptly greeted Xi Jinping warmly upon seeing him. "Good." Xi Jinping returned the greeting immediately. However, he felt extremely puzzled inside. The guard on duty today was clearly a member of the first squad. Due to their 9th layer Qi refining captain, they typically look down their noses at him, let alone giving him such a respectful greeting today. With confusion, Xi Jinping walked into the base. On his way to Dianmao Hall, everyone he met greeted him with great enthusiasm, making Xi Jinping even more perplexed. Although he is a captain, he ranks last and has the weakest cultivation, so he never had much prestige. Even among his subordinates, there were many who were arrogant, not to mention members of other squads. With doubt and puzzlement, Xi Jinping entered Dianmao Hall, where the other 6 captains were already present in an orderly manner. As soon as Xi Jinping entered, they all greeted him warmly. "Brother Xi, morning." "Lao Qi, you're here. Come sit with me." Each one was extremely enthusiastic, including the captain of the first squad with the 9th layer Qi refining, who was no exception. It's worth noting that on regular days, their willingness to even greet him was already a great courtesy, making today's behavior quite abnormal. Xi Jinping was baffled. Could it be they're going to dismiss me? Xi Jinping considered a possibility and instantly felt as if he'd fallen into an ice cave. It's said that in order to prevent dismissed individuals from harboring resentment, there is always a ceremony of excessive etiquette during dismissals. Just as Xi Jinping was at a loss, the head of the law enforcement team, the hall master of the Song family's law enforcement hall, Song Jiwoo, who is at the peak of 9th layer Qi refining, entered. Upon entering, Song Jiwoo immediately looked at Xi Jinping. Then he pointed to the seat beside him, speaking amiably. "Jinping, come sit next to me." Xi Jinping was stunned, followed by a shock. Wasn't this putting him on the spot? His gaze immediately turned toward the other captains, and he could already foresee their solemn expressions. It's hard for anyone to accept a person who usually ranks last suddenly sitting above them. As he scanned across, he was taken aback. All the captains were smiling and looking extremely amiable. "Jinping, go on." Seeing Xi Jinping's hesitation, the first squad captain with 9th layer Qi refining laughed, as if he wished he were the one sitting there. "Yes, Jinping, you should sit here in the future." The other captains chimed in. It seemed as if they were delighted to see Xi Jinping rise above them. Xi Jinping had no choice but to sit bewilderedly next to Song Jiwoo. He dared not sit properly, with only half of his body on the chair, as if sitting on pins and needles. "It seems they really intend to dismiss me," Xi Jinping mused with a bitter smile, though he couldn't fathom why. Since he assumed office, he had been diligent and never offended anyone, so how could such a thing happen to him? Just as he was feeling uneasy, Song Jiwoo's voice rang out. "Jinping, I heard you're neighbors with alchemist Zhao and have a great relationship, often having tea together?" "Yes." Xi Jinping couldn't react for a moment. "Very good, very good. You should continue to have more interactions with alchemist Zhao," said Song Jiwoo cheerfully. "Indeed, Jinping, you are fortunate. Now that alchemist Zhou has advanced to a high-grade alchemist, you'll never lack elixirs in the future. Don't forget us old brothers then," boomed a husky man with a thunderous voice. This man was the captain of the 3rd squad, with an 8th layer Qi refining cultivation and also a body cultivator, extremely powerful. Only at that moment did Xi Jinping realize. He was basking in the glory of Brother Zhou. Currently, Qingyue Square only has one high-grade alchemist, who is an honored guest elder of the Song family, and the elixirs he refines are rarely available after supplying the Song family. Even though there is a large business like the 100 Treasures Pavilion, there are still too many monks and too little gruel. More importantly, Zhou Shun is only in his early 20s, which almost confirms that he can become a Tier 2 alchemist in the future. At that time, he will be able to refine spirit pills that assist in foundation establishment, vein protection pill, blood spirit pill, even the foundation establishment pill. Such an alchemist is someone that no late-stage chi refining cultivator wouldn't rush to build a relationship with. But when did Brother Zhao advance to a high-grade alchemist? And I wasn't aware at all. It's no coincidence that similar situations occurred to individuals like Song Jishu, shopkeeper Huang, and the couple Zhou Jimin, who were associated with Zhou Shun. At this moment, Song Jishu had numerous late-stage chi refining brothers and cousins stepping over the threshold. To outsiders, as the steward renting houses, his position had great perks and substantial authority, making him a cut above others. But in the eyes of his late-stage chi refining brothers and cousins, they looked down on him as a fifth-layer chi refining cultivator. Visiting him was out of the question, and even when they met, although they addressed him as seventh brother, their eyes couldn't hide their disdain. All of this, Song Jishu remembered in his heart. Initially, he also felt unwilling and struggled for it. But alas, the cultivation realm is so cruel. If your aptitude isn't good, no matter how diligently you cultivate, you won't reach the threshold of late-stage chi refining. He originally had come to terms with it. Unexpectedly, today's events gave him a chance to vent. Seventh brother, you have the best relationship with Alchemist Zhao in our Song family. Please help introduce us. This 100 spirit stones is your brother's reward. Please accept it with a smile, said a slightly chubby middle-aged man in a somewhat flattering tone. His name was Song Jijuo, ranking fourth in Song Jishu's generation. So you have today too? Looking at this fourth brother, recalling his usual behavior, a sense of satisfaction arose in his heart. When fourth brother's familiar face gradually merged with the youth who carried him around for fun during childhood, Song Jishu felt a pang of melancholy and gave up the thought of venting. Then he cupped his fists and solemnly said, "Fourth brother, I will certainly help with all my might." Song Jijuo was taken aback by the words, and then looked at this seventh brother, graceful like a jade tree and full of scholarly charm, with a complex expression, eventually giving a smile of apology upon seeing his sincere eyes. Seeing this, Song Jishu also laughed. This mutual smile seemed to take them back to their youthful days. Years of grievances vanished into thin air. As the saying goes, after all the calamities, brothers remain, meeting with a smile to smooth out grudges. Over on Zhou Shun's side, during the day he stayed at Danhai Pavilion, receiving one visitor after another. He received so many congratulatory gifts that his hands were sore. Converted to spirit stones, the total value exceeded 1,000. When he returned to his cave mansion, it was already night. After cultivating, Zhou Shun went to rest early. The next day, just after Zhou Shun had breakfast, a voice came from outside the cave mansion announcing a visitor. The patriarch of the Song family, Song Jiwen, along with fifth brother, seventh brother, and two sons, come to visit alchemist Zhao.